everybody. Welcome to the Suspish Squad Chit Chat. We have our lovely guest host tonight, the forensic femme fatale, Kat Adams.
Hey,
welcome, Kat.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so excited. We will miss Natalie being on vacay this week, but I am quite honored to be able to step in as a guest for this chit chat. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I know Bailey didn't post a new video this week, so we don't have the normal process that we're going to go through, but we have some interesting things that we're going to handle. But first, let's get the important stuff out of the way. You want to talk rules?
Yeah.
New procedures?
Yes. So rules. So there's been a lot going on in the last week. But first and foremost, be kind. Just be nice to people. Bullying is zero tolerance in this group. There is no reason to just be mean. I mean, there's absolutely no reason. We're here to encourage. It should be a growing environment. We're here because we love makeup, murder, and mystery, right? We love Bailey, right? So that's like the main reason why we're here. So just be nice. Constructive criticism, perfect. Be open to, if somebody does provide you with constructive criticism, just be open to some of their suggestions and say, hey, you know what? That's a great idea. Let me try, that wing, or let me try this other color. So that's just like first and foremost, like just be adults, right?
Yes.
Be adults. Yes. One of the other things that came up is no DMing, don't direct message anybody in the group unless it's with the consent. So let's say, for an example, one of the things was you kind of having a conversation in a comment back and forth, and something comes up and you're like, hey, just DM me. Perfect situation, right?
Yes.
Going out and reaching out individually, not so much okay.
Exactly. Of course, DMing the admins and the moderators is okay. We encourage you to do that if there's any situation that arises that we might have missed. Absolutely. Obviously, please DM one of us so we can get on it.
Absolutely.
We have some new procedures in place as far as the kindness matters situation going on. So let's touch on those a little.
Okay, so some of the rules, there are questions, when you come into the group, there's those questions, right? So you have to go through that. And by going through that and accepting, the rules kind of as you're coming into the group, if you break any of those rules, there's the first time is now you're going to be muted for 7 days. So it's just kind of like, hey, that's a warning, or maybe because sometimes people do things, or maybe sometimes, it picks up, or maybe taken a different way that was intended. So, one time, okay, second time, you're out.
Yep.
Yep.
No tolerance.
Yeah. Yep. There has to be, that line drawn somewhere.
Exactly. Yep. Okay. So I have some questions for you and I'm dying to ask. Okay. So tell me about what you do now and what you did in the past, because I know you've had a really interesting background and you were in the police force, right? And you served for a while doing that, and now you work on a civilian level with the military. Is that right?
I do. Yeah. So I was in the Air Force for almost 22 years. And I started out working like public relations type of stuff, which looking back got me a lot of exposure to kind of dealing with higher level people. My very first duty station, I was actually at Andrews Air Force Base, which is where the presidential pilot's office is. So every time, it's huge, high vis, right? When you work in public relations, especially at that level, when, there's presidential arrivals and departures and all that kind of stuff that takes place there. And then I did that for about 7 years. Then I started getting my undergraduate in criminal justice. I ended up cross-training into what's called the Air Force Office of Special Investigations. A lot of people don't really know what that is. But everybody knows NCIS, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's basically NCIS for the Air Force. So it's federal law enforcement. Yeah. So I did that for the rest of my career, and I ended up, obviously early 2000s, there was, the military was on the move, right? There was a lot of deployments going on and everything like that. So I did end up with quite a lot of sand in my boots over the years. But my heart and soul, like right when I started to do all the law enforcement piece of it, was forensics. That's kind of the whole reason why I joined. I wanted to be a forensic science consultant. I wanted to, get up into doing like crime scene processing and everything, which, I mean, we did that, but there's also that specialty that's kind of within. So if you can imagine, like on a TV show, we got the crime scene unit coming out, that's kind of what I wanted to do instead of like securing the scene. But believe me, I've seen my fair share. Yeah.
So all these scenes that Bailey talks about, you've actually seen.
I've seen quite a bit. Yeah. And a lot of times people are like, well, if you think about, okay, NCIS, right? So NCIS, you're like, oh, it's TV, so they're ramping it up a bit. Yeah, but you know what? To a certain extent, I mean, there's murders. One of my very first cases, a wife stabbed her husband to death. Yeah, it was like, it's crazy. Like, how is that possible? Anywhere between, really, so it's kind of mandated, I guess, from the Department of Defense that any active duty member who passes away, regardless of the manner of death, it will be investigated to the fullest. So whether it's homicide, suicide, natural causes, anything, and a lot of that, obviously, if it's homicide, it's going to be investigated to the fullest, no matter what. But when it comes down to like, suicide or maybe a natural cause, it's more of making sure that there's no other question, that's how this person passed away. And then it's provided statistically, up through the Department of the Air Force and Department of Defense, as far as like, so they can kind of keep track of it. So for instance, we get accidental death or something like that, car accident, something like that, we would have to open up a full investigation on it, where if it happened off base, maybe the locals would just kind of open and shut, right? They would just kind of, yep, it was we came out, it was I forget what the local, like, motor vehicle accident and investigators, their specialty comes out, and yep, the ones that like do the tire tracks and they can estimate the speed and everything like that, which is so cool, I think, by the way.
Totally.
But yeah, so they do that, and they'll be like kind of open and shut, but we would keep it open for a certain amount of time. So yeah, so it's been an amazing career.
Yeah, it sounds very exciting and thrilling. So you're also a Mary Kay representative, right?
I am. Yeah. So I joined Mary Kay a couple of years ago when I was retiring, because I was like, hey, why not? I'm retiring from the military, retired federal law enforcement. And I always had this thought of like, maybe I can do something that has like crime and cosmetics or, something like that. And like the next year I found Bailey and I was like, well, I can't do that now. But yes, so I sell Mary Kay. I love all of their products. I mean, it's actually putting me out on a different level as well, like with me, personal growth, and being able to come on here and like, a couple years ago, I probably wouldn't be doing something like this, but I do my Flawless Face Friday videos every week,
which we love.
Yay! So I do that. And then I'm able to, kind of gain a little bit of that confidence and, and practice. And I think there was a couple of makeup videos and stuff that I was doing where I was like, well, that didn't work. Let's try this again. But if you think about it, like Bailey does the same thing. She's like, this is not going very well.
She swiped off faces and started all over.
Oh, yeah, I love it because you know what that does? It shows like the reality of it. Like,
exactly.
It's
not all perfect.
No, it's not. It's not. Yes. Yeah, so we've got like a whole line of the spring, and then so summertime is coming up, so we're going to have a whole nother like limited edition line that's going to be out with that. So just like for an example, like last quarter, I guess, that it was a men's body wash. And so my husband, as amazing as he is, he insists on being a customer. Like, he'll buy it. And I'm like, you don't have to really buy it, but okay. You can buy it. So I ran out of the body wash. And then I couldn't order anymore because it was a limited edition. And he was like,
no.
Really, please come back with this men's body wash. Because a lot of people don't know there's actually a whole men's care line as well.
That's great to know. Yeah.
One of
For
my
all of our husbands and boyfriends out there.
One of my best customers.
Maybe teenage sons. They might need it the most.
Yes. I mean, I don't know, because my kids are, I've got an almost 20-year-old and a 22-year-old, right? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't get them to wash their face.
Very true.
So I'm like, I'll gift it to them, I'll give them all these different things, and yep. If they use it, they use it. If they don't, they don't, right?
That's funny. Well, I'm so glad to be doing this episode with you. And I think that we have some fun, exciting things planned. I think that we should do our winners for the prizes. So just so you know, this is a completely random drawing out of the 77. Was it 77 or 93? I can't remember. There was
it was 93. 93
people.
Yeah.
It was awesome. We loved the participation. That was so great. We had so much fun with it. I loved finding out things about all of these members that we didn't know and seeing all their beautiful pictures. It was great. It was so much fun. And thank you everybody for participating. So these names were pulled completely at random. Lorraine Campbell, our moderator head honcho, went in and wrote down all of the names and did a small little calculation to pull the 3 names out of a hat.
Yep.
An electronic hat, which was really awesome, but it was completely out of a hat. So these are the 3 winners. We are now, just so everybody knows, this is completely fair, and it's a little bit of a way to let up Natalie on having so many people participating in this and having to fund this, because this is completely out of her pocket and her kind heart. That she provides these prizes. So as dear friends to her, we wanted to push her to make the decision that she only pick 3 people in this giveaway. And then going forward, the weekly challenges will have 1 winner that we'll pick on random. And then from there, we'll have a monthly challenge where we pick 3 winners. And then at that point, once we do the giveaways, I think we've been kind of toying with the idea of doing a biannual giveaway. And that won't be probably till the end, towards the end of the year is our next giveaway. So when the giveaway comes up, that's when we'll have the loot and the winners and the big party and celebration that we did this past February.
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
Now, Pat, you got the winners. Let's get them out.
So of course, I apologize for butchering your name, because I absolutely know I'm going to. So the first person we have is Josephine Lishalinimio, and I'm just gonna say Lish. Yay!
Josephine. Congratulations.
And then our second winner is Neural Anita. Woo! All right, good job.
Woo!
And then the third random pick is Chantel Lopez. Congratulations to all of our winners.
Everybody. Make sure you contact Natalie within the next 24 hours. You only have 24 hours to claim your prize. If you don't contact her, your prize is going to go to somebody else. We'll randomly pull and post the name in a quick live or something along those lines to let you know if we don't hear from you in 24 hours, the prizes are going to go to someone else. All right, now let's get into this. So since we can't talk the new Bailey episode, which we normally do, which is a bummer.
It was an off week. Like I guess we kind of got used to, like the 3 weeks on, 1 week off, right? That's what she was saying, like once a month. I was thinking, well, maybe it was like technical issues or something, because she did that before where she posted on a Tuesday, right? and she was having some problems on Monday trying to get it through. So I was thinking, maybe she ended up posting something today, but that's okay.
No,
that's
nothing.
All right. That's all right. Ooh, cheers,
Which
girl.
is okay. Cheers. Shouldn't cheers with water, but hey, what are you gonna do? So, as a backup, because Kat and I were chatting about this last night, we decided that we wanted to pick our favorite Bailey video, which I have to say is kind of difficult because Bailey is amazing and has so many awesome stories.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 100%, right? I mean, favorite video as in her favorite look, favorite story. How do you pick?
How do you pick? Yeah.
You can tell a lot of it is ad lib, right?
Exactly.
Which is the best part. I love it.
That's what makes it so great, is that she's just being her.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite video?
So I had to go back and I was like, what in the world? What one do I pick? So I started with, she usually likes to have a closure, right, at the end of her video, because she doesn't like leaving stories out there. She likes, kind of happy ending stuff, but she has done some where it's just been completely unsolved. So I went to Intruder or Murder, the story of Robert Wong. Do you remember that one?
I do remember that one. That one was crazy.
And it was
they still don't know who did it.
No. I mean, there were 3 other men in the house, right? They were the ones that find him and call, the police and everybody out there. Mm-hmm. The one guy was like, yeah, body's upstairs, and then goes to his room. Bye.
But the weird part is they were all in robes.
Yeah.
They'd all showered and gotten clean and all in robes.
Yes.
Also, wasn't his body clean? There wasn't any blood.
Well, it was cleaned off. The blood was cleaned off. But do you remember there was semen that was found?
Yeah.
And it turned out to be his own?
Yeah. How does that happen?
It was own semen in the rear.
But still, that poses the question of how does that happen?
Right? I mean,
that's some contortion, if you ask me.
Still trying to keep it PG-13 here, but I mean, a baster, I don't know. Just weird. And didn't they find some kind of tool too, some kind of extractor?
I think so.
Yeah.
It wasn't an enlargement.
And yes.
I think that's what it was.
Yep, that's what it was. Yeah. But it was just one of the most insane stories. I mean, and all of the stories are super insane because there's those little, and it does remind me a lot because no matter how many cases you do, every single one is different. It could be the same charges, but the situation and the scenarios are all going to be just completely different. And it just amazes me that humanity, it can be so weird.
I know.
It's just insane.
What makes people go in that direction? I'm telling you, I still think it was the roommates. If it wasn't all of them, they all know who did it, and they're covering for the one.
Well,
and wasn't it a love triangle between the 3 of them? So yeah, they're all intimately involved. So they're all going to defend each other.
What did she say? Polyramous, right? So it was Joseph and Victor. So Joseph was the one that was a friend of Robert. They were college buddies. Okay. Joseph was in a long-term relationship with Victor. And then they had another roommate, Dylan, who was sexually involved at one point in time, also with Joseph, but without Victor. So it's this weird, love triangle type thing. And then there was a 4th roommate as well, a female, but she wasn't there at the time.
She wasn't there.
Woo, that would be I ducked that one.
Right? I wasn't there.
Thank goodness.
Someone was looking out for me.
Yes.
So they said they found blood in a different area, right?
I think it was on a towel. So they did
in the laundry room or something.
But the amount of blood that was on that towel wouldn't be enough to match like the wounds that they found.
Right.
Like
right.
If it went in the way that like Robert and Victor said it went, there should be a lot more blood than there actually was, which, you know, made him believe, since everybody was in robes, you know, it might have all happened in the shower. Maybe all four of them got into the shower and, you know, just did their thing, or maybe he was forced to go in there because he was, you know, he was a straight guy, and
he was married, his poor wife.
Married, I know.
She had no idea. No, she thought he was just business trip, staying at a friend's house that he's known since college, and that was the last time she saw him or talked to him. How horrible!
Yeah, and there was like 2 draft emails that were going to be sent that were never actually sent from Robert. So that, the situation is super suspicious.
Super suspicious.
So I would say that's probably like one of my favorites, just because there's so much out there still, you know, that we just don't really know about. It might be one day.
Yeah. I can honestly say that the ones that I don't know about are the ones that drive me the craziest, because it's just like, how, or even better, the ones that get off. Like, how did you manage to do that? Like, you were sloppy at best, and then you still managed to make it through this, and you're walking free. How? You must have some serious willpower to manage to manipulate people that way, to think that you didn't do it.
How's that?
So my favorite one is the Family Man to America's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
This took place over the course of like 20 years. This guy, his name is John. Actually, it was more than that, wasn't it? I
think it was like 40 years.
Yeah, I mean, he had 2 lives. He had 2 separate lives that he lived. So he was married with 1 kid or 2, I can't remember. I think he had 2.
Yes, it was 2. Yep. 2 kids.
Yeah, and
a boy and a girl, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
If I'm thinking right. I know that he was having financial hardships. He got laid off and he was having some serious financial hardships, but he would pretend that he was going to work every day for months and just sat at the train station thinking about how crappy life is, instead of getting a job like most of us would, or looking for a job at least.
Yes. What would you do?
Each their own, but
everything's fine. Wait, you know. Ignore that foreclosure notice. You know.
That doesn't mean anything. Well, back then, the women were the stay-at-home wives who cooked and took care of the family, and the husband went to work. And most of the time, the women didn't see the bills. I mean, I know in my household, that tends to be the case here. I mean, I know what our bills are, but I don't see them. I just trust my husband's paying them because I give him the money and he pays them.
Yeah.
Because I'm irresponsible with money. I'm not going to lie. I spend it all on makeup.
Well, yeah. I have to show you my whole cabinet over here with all Mary Kate.
Oh, lovely. I have to see that.
I know Natalie before, she's like, how do you live with that much stuff in your house? Like, how do you not like open it all? Like,
right?
You know,
she has a hard time at giveaways. So
but yes, go ahead.
There's so much good stuff here.
I digress.
So he, I think, snapped. Essentially, just one day said, I've had enough, and he killed his wife and kids and then fled.
It was his mother,
and nobody knew where he went. His mother too. That's right, his mom was there.
She was found in the
attic. Yep. That's right. Forgot about her. Poor mom. What'd she do? I guess she raised a crazy man.
Or irresponsible one to say the least.
Right?
Or you can go back to you can lead a horse to water, and they just kind of have to make choices on their own.
So he goes and he moves to Colorado, I want to say, or somewhere out west from where he was.
Yeah.
And he starts a new life, new identity, new everything. And it wasn't until 20 years after the murder that he was found and caught, because a neighbor saw America's Most Wanted.
Yes,
and I'll tell you,
that's what it was. America's Most Wanted. Yes.
That show, man, when I was a kid, I couldn't watch it because I was always convinced. Like I told this to Satara when we were talking to her last week. I was convinced he was out in my backyard. Whoever it was, that crazy maniac that was still in large, was out in my backyard. But the ironic thing about this one was when I saw the molding that they made of him and put the glasses on.
Yep.
I remember that episode of America's Most Wanted because I was like, that's crazy that they can do that they can age somebody from a picture to resemble what he's going to look like, and knew that he would put on those type of glasses.
That's all part of that psychological profile, that has come so much over the years, right? That's the profiling, the psychological or forensic profilers. It's just phenomenal. It's fascinating to me, all the front.
Yeah, it is. Well, he was caught, which is great.
Yeah.
And tried, which is even better. The man deserves it. He killed his entire family.
He did.
Because he didn't want to get a damn job.
Get a job. Be responsible.
Make better choices.
Make good choices. Absolutely. Make good choices.
I mean,
that's so funny. Oh, speaking of.
Hello.
Hi. Look what we have. We were just talking about making good choices.
Yes. Okay. So tonight I have absolutely no makeup on. I'm sorry to everybody.
Oh, you're beautiful.
You look beautiful.
Thank you. So do you guys. Oh my God. How are you guys doing? What are you guys
great? we were just finishing up talking about my choice of my favorite one, which was really, as we said, it was really, really hard to narrow down to one favorite because Bailey's Bailey. But I did The Family Man to America's Most Wanted. The reason I picked that was because of the way they took a picture and then 20 years manipulated it to make it look like what he was going to look like. And I specifically remember this episode of America's Most Wanted because I thought it was fascinating at a young age that they could do something like that.
Do you remember that one?
Yes, I do. I do remember that one. And you know something, like I watched them all multiple times. So like I have multiple favorites. I can't just pick one.
Right?
But yes, I remember that one. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm loving the cherry earrings, Jen.
I saw those. Yes.
I got them from my girl.
You look gorgeous.
Thanks.
So now what is Cats? What's Cats?
So I picked The Intruder or Murderer. It was the story of Robert Wong. Do you remember that one?
Wait. Oh, yes. Is that with the three guys at the house?
Yes.
Yeah.
They were all wearing robes when they found him stabbed and murdered.
So and Bailey did that cool smoky eye.
Yes.
So what, in your profession, what would you say? Would you say that is suspicious?
Oh, absolutely. Super suspicious. Yeah. Totally.
Very.
100%.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. 100%.
And they went to trial. I think they were indicted, but there might not have been enough probable cause to go forward for a trial.
We gotta get more Natalie. Insight. And your eyeshadow is on point, Kat. I have to admit.
I'll marry Kay.
So Natalie, tell us what you did today. You're at SeaWorld, right?
Yeah, so I am calling you from SeaWorld. I went on a 3-day vacation and I spent the entire day today walking around SeaWorld. My feet are killing me.
It looks like you're swinging.
I'm on a swing. I'm on like this really, I don't want to pan around so you can see where I'm sitting. So like it's got these really cool, see these? Like
The bench swings. So
and
cool.
then I'm looking a lake, and then the city walk is right there. You see that?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's really nice.
What's
I never
the
went to
weather like
SeaWorld.
down there?
Oh, it's a perfect like 85.
Oh,
Perfect.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know where it was like where you were, Jen, today, but it's been really nice here in South Carolina. And then the high today was like 48.
Oh, gross. Yeah, it's been raining and cold, and today it was freezing all day. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's sunny, but you know how it is when the
Wishing
sun's
we
out.
were in Orlando.
Right?
And you guys are invited anytime. I will send you a ticket. Okay.
Yay.
Seriously. So wait, I was thinking about this on the way down. Like, what's my favorite Bailey video? And it's so hard because I have so many. But there's like one that I love when she has a plethora of information. Give me information. I give me something to kind of like dig into.
Yeah.
And she did one, and I want to say it's called, I don't remember the exact title, but it's the one that's about the Colorado airport. Do you remember the one with the Colorado airport?
Oh, yeah, wasn't that the one where she's like it's haunted or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a girlfriend who lives in Colorado, and she said, yeah, like that airport is legit. Like they have a big blue devil horse in front, and they have crazy paintings all over the place. And I'm like, I have to go to Colorado just to see the airport, and then I'll fly home. But I need to see it. So,
It was in Denver, was it?
Suspish Squad going tonight. How's it going? I am so
Good.
I miss you guys. I've been away for 3 days and I miss you guys so much.
I know.
We miss you.
I know. We miss you.
Oh.
I was just saying it's gonna be I'm honored, but there's no way I could step into Natalie's shoes. I'm honored to be your guest speaker tonight.
Girl. Yeah. Oh, thank you.
I say we've gone over our favorite videos. We talked about the rules and how people just need to be nice.
Yes.
Yep.
Like encourage people. We want people to, be comfortable in sharing their stories, sharing their makeup, sharing, their business, but just be nice.
Right. And we're very serious about that. Like I said in the last video, we are focused and we understand our foundation where we want to be a support system for people who want to be better and dream big.
Yes, so, absolutely.
And we have zero tolerance. We're not gonna, it's not that we just have zero tolerance for people who really are not on that level. We are I feel a group of women and men who have a different view where you need to be supportive and you need to be loving. And the more you give of that out in the world, the better you're going to be, no matter what.
Yep.
100%. Absolutely.
Hate is not invited to this party. Never will be.
It's not.
Never was.
Nope. We don't like it and we won't tolerate it. So it can see itself out.
I'm going to give you.
We will defend our members till the end.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm going to give Hate a big Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yes. She is our Wonder Woman. So we're pretty convinced she's got a lasso of truth and a invisible plane over there somewhere.
Next to my cosmetics. Yeah.
But you know what's crazy about Kat and Jen? I don't know if you can understand. Kat's so soft-spoken and she's so sweet. And it's like, when I heard half of the stuff she's accomplished, I'm like, wait, what? Girl.
Right?
Like she treats me like, right?
I know. We talked a little bit about what she did and what she does now. And to know that she definitely.
Yeah, she's a badass. And we're very proud of her.
Thank you. Thank you. I love it. It was funny. I was helping my husband the other day. We were doing something out in the yard and we have dogs, right? So there's dog shit in the backyard. And I was like, oh, I don't want to step in the dog poop, you know? So I was trying to go around it. And he's like, what happened to my fearless woman? I was like, I'm still fearless. I just don't like poop on my shoes.
Well, no woman does.
Like, that's not okay.
I have to introduce you to some of my some little ones that are helping me vacation right now.
Yay!
So,
Hey.
say hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi. Are you guys having fun?
What's your name? Summer. This is Summer.
Hi, Summer.
And that's Dalton.
Hi, Dalton.
Hi.
His birthday just passed.
I was just gonna say, and whose birthday is it?
His.
How old are you, Dalton?
How old are you?
7.
7 years old.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Join
My
him
daughter's
at
8.
World. He's having fun. God, what it's like, I don't know. All day we've been walking through SeaWorld. I'm so tired. They haven't stopped. They won't stop.
No, they don't. They don't.
What?
How does that happen? Like where, I mean, you have the energy as a child, right?
Right.
Like, where does it go?
It goes to growing old.
How dare you say that word? No.
We're not old. We are not old.
No, I'm turning 37 again.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't
You don't
want
look
to
a
be
day
30.
over 30.
You don't at all. Yes.
All right. Well, I need to go because I got to bring them back upstairs. But
All right. Thanks for popping on.
Thank
Have a
you.
great rest of your vacation.
I can't wait to get back, and I will see all of you wonderful women Thursday, leaving Wednesday night.
Yes.
Awesome.
All right.
Enjoy your
And
show.
Have a great time tomorrow.
And before I leave, I just want to say thank you to the team for doing an amazing job while I'm away. Girls rock, and you're always ready to just, be the warrior princesses that you are at all times.
Yay.
I love you for
They
it.
always are. They're always on the watch, which
Yeah.
is
They are.
awesome.
Absolutely. They're wonderful.
All right. Well, guys,
All
have
right.
a quick night. I'm gonna refill my glass of wine.
All right. Go enjoy.
Cheers.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Well, that was fun. I'm glad
that
she
was
got to pop in
awesome.
for a little bit.
Yes. You took some time
Yay.
out of that vacay to come and say hello to the Suspish Squad.
Yep. Always. She loves this group.
Yeah.
So it's a great group, and we're so happy that she had the idea to start it and pulled all of us in.
Yes,
It
absolutely.
was meant to be.
It was. It was.
So do we have anything else that we need to touch base on?
Not that I have
I
written
don't
down.
think so. I think that was a great
that was good.
episode.
Yeah.
Yay.
We ended on a
Thank
high
you.
note.
We did with Miss Natalie. Thank you everybody for watching the Suspish Squad tonight. We look forward to seeing you next week when hopefully Bailey is back with her new video.
Absolutely. Now to be back, and I appreciate you guys letting me be your guest host for the week.
And we love having you. Thanks so much for everything, Kat. And it was great to
Absolutely.
hear about all of your history and background. And Mary Kay, let's buy some stuff from Kat. I know I did.
MaryKay.com/Kat Adams.
Yes.
All right.
Have a great night.
Bye, guys.
Bye.